over 4. You find A, which would be what? 4 times cosine 30. Or in our case, this is V initial, this is Vx, and based on that, that would be what? Vx over V initial, or in other words, Vx equals V initial cosine. And you'll do the same thing for that. Sine would be the opposite over hypotenuse, which is Vy over V initial equals sine, and then when you cross multiply, Vy would be V initial sine. And don't be embarrassed to ask about this. This is really important because once you are comfortable with breaking a vector into x and y components, the rest of the semester, there's not a lot of physical concept you're going to learn. But you're always going to use vectors because life is full of vectors. And you need to remember that I'm adding vectors all the time. So you need to get comfortable of breaking a vector into x and y components. Because this is not really that hard. It's not easy either. If you know what you're doing, it's really easy. If you don't know what you're doing, it doesn't matter how easy it is. Yes, ma'am.
The problem isn't doing it, it's just the way it's worded in a problem.
Good. And that's...
The word problem is what throws people off.
Yes, I have to agree. One of the hardest things you will ever find in your life is what we call communication. And like, it's a really complicated problem. It's because, like, I have something in my mind I want to say it to. So I'll say it, and then you have to take my words, find out what I mean by it, and analyze them and understand them. There's really a lot of things in between. So between what I'm thinking and what I'm saying, there might be two different things. And what you're hearing and what you're understanding is, again, two different. So the communication part is complicated. It takes a while to figure out this crazy person, this is what they mean, right? It takes a while to figure out your physics professor, this is what he means when he says 42, or jump, or, oh, he means just go left. Just ignore it, right? And there's a lot of things you need to do in solving problems or the homework. When you read the problem, you need to ignore a lot of it. Like Superman. Stop yourself. Don't imagine Superman. It's flying, there's windows, a fire. Lois Lane is falling down. No, Superman. I don't care. Like flying east. That's important. Has velocity east. Doesn't matter if it's Superman or Spider-Man or Jack the Ripper. It's all the same. Does that make sense? It's a particle. So in physics, you will tell me like, you know, Iron Man. Dot. That's Iron Man. That's all Iron Man represents to me. A dot. Moving up, an arrow up. Has velocity. Write it down. Then he went this way. I'll do that. At this angle, I'll have an angle. There. Is he accelerating? Is there a resistance? So that's what you're going to start talking to yourself. You need, but this is not as easy as I make it. It takes practice. And this is like your first attempt at it, because this is like year 1, right, or whatever, year 2. So this is like the beginning of physics, and then you take physics 2, calculus 1, calculus 2, and by year 3 and year 4 in your program, you kind of developed.
You're just so smart.
Yes, or at least you're used to this. Just as I told you, like if you buy a desk or shelves from Walmart, and you want like 2 or 3 of them, so you want to build the first one. The first one one takes a long time to build. Looking at the pictures, looking at where the screws go, and once you put the first shelf together, the second one goes fast. Third one goes faster. And if you want to build a fourth one, you're like, I'm an expert. You don't look at them. I know exactly what I'm doing because now I have experience. And that's what problem solving is, experience. So don't get frustrated. Don't get frustrated. Just like, yeah, it's hard. I know. It gets easier. Just like everything else. And, by the way, this looks horrible. Just wait till we do Newton law. This would be like your best buddy. And when we finish Newton law and start energy, Newton law would be your best buddy. That's what I noticed. Anything we finish, the new stuff will like, no, the old stuff was cool. This stuff sucks. Yeah. Are we okay with this? Another example I want to do is what if you shoot an object in this direction? V initial is 5 meters per second. It lands here. X about, say, 3 meters.
So it goes straight out. So it goes
Straight out.
from the top. Just
So now
Yes.
No, no, on the top.
Yes, it goes straight out. If you shoot something straight out, not at an angle, straight out. The V initial was 8 meters per second. Now, I have a question for you. What is Vx initial? 8 meters per second. What is Vy initial?
0.
Why is it 0?
Just going
It's
straight.
not moving in our direction. How convenient. Can we find how high is this building? So to find y, we need to go to these equations and figure out which equation has y in it. 1, 2, 3 equations. That's the only 3 equations. Do I know the final velocity of the object?
Yes. No.
No, it's not 0. Why?
And then
Because things always hit the ground with some velocity. If they're 0, they don't hover. So I don't know the final velocity, and I don't know y, 2 unknowns, or t. Cool. Let's go to the last one, our last hope. I'm looking for y. Do I know Vy initial?
yeah.
Perfect. Do I know g?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do I know t?
You can figure it out.
No.
But
So
you
it
can
has
find
2
it.
unknowns. What are we going to do now? Give up.
Second.
We could find t. So we're going to start here. And we're going to say that y equals Vy initial.